Death after a blood transfusion. Now a local hospital is under investigation. And is it a medical miracle? We reveal a possible answer to diabetes next.
But new tonight at 11, the problem solvers are the first in the lab as scientists work on a possible breakthrough treatment for diabetes.
But this is no ordinary breakthrough. Stephen Cooper shows us it begins in our own backyard.
69 pills a day. It's become a way of life for Linda Hambleton.
I wouldn't say I have good days anymore. I'd say I have better days.
She's a type 1 diabetic who's had just about every complication you can imagine. Just look at her medical history. She's had 3 strokes, 3 heart attacks, and 22 eye operations after suffering temporary blindness. She's had a pancreas transplant, which did not work, and a kidney transplant that did.
I have my mother's kidney, her left one. It's her left one on my right side.
She's had 2 toes amputated. She eats mostly from a feeding tube. She has neuropathy throughout most of her body, which has left her in a wheelchair because she's numb from the waist down.
I just hope that people know that it is possible to suffer from absolutely every complication that this disease has to offer. But it is absolutely possible also not to.
What Linda and millions of diabetics might not realize is that right here in Central Florida, our citrus crops and our tropical fruits like this orange and like this muscadine grape contain a compound that could make their diet safer and may actually prevent diabetes altogether.
This product mimics the activity of insulin.
2 local scientists from A&M Metabolics discovered the compound, which they call Emulin, while studying the weight loss properties of grapefruits. It's found exclusively in the rinds and peels of tropical fruits, like these muscadine grapes grown at the Lake Ridge Winery in Claremont. They're the only grapes that grow in a tropical climate. The idea is to extract the compound from the peel of the grape, filter and purify it to make this tasteless substance that, when added to regular food, acts as a sugar buffer. Studies in type 2 diabetic rats show great results. Those who were fed the equivalent of a brownie with Emulin showed a midday drop in glucose by as much as 27%.
The control groups that were in the non-treatment group expired.
The rats died.
Right, the rats died.
Emulin works by reducing the amount of carbohydrates absorbed after meals and the amount of glucose manufactured by the liver. It also speeds the removal of excess sugar from the bloodstream. It's not a sweetener or sugar alternative. Think of it as an additive that could be used by mainstream food manufacturers.
It would be like putting folate in bread or vitamin D in milk. That's why we do those things, so that those foods have a greater benefit to us.
While the scientists are confident Emulin can make eating safer for type 2 diabetics and perhaps reduce the onset of diabetes altogether, they're hopeful but not sure yet about type 1, the type Linda suffers with. Either way, the possibilities excite her.
Maybe it might not help me, but I certainly would not in any way want it not to help potentially, and I mean tens of millions of others.
But would it? Linda speaks so highly of her doctors at Florida Hospital's Diabetes Center that we went there to ask them about Emulin, and they're intrigued.
Until we have studies in humans, it's really difficult to come to a conclusion.
But at the same time, you're not saying, no way, this is snake oil.
Definitely not.
Studies have now, in fact, moved from rats to humans. Double-blinded human trials with controls and placebos are underway as we speak. Results should be out within a few weeks. Stephen Cooper, Local 6.
And a scientist tells Stephen if the product is approved by the FDA, it could be on the market.